Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be doing gameplay with the brand new 100 overall Jalen Rose. I only paid 71,000 MT for this card, and honestly felt like that was a pretty solid price point. This card looks decent, to be honest. I mean, the question with him really, to me, is how is his jumper? I never really used his Galaxy Opal, but I know it's the same shot that Opal had. And so, look, he's got potential. But how good actually is he is my real question. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if you all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start with the positive. He's 6'8" at point guard for less than 100,000 MT with 99 everything and pretty much every single important Hall of Fame badge in the game. Those are all really good things. Does not have hook specialist, box obvious, mini marks on. I mean, you can add them if you want. Same thing with the gold badges. Nothing super important, but rise up and brick wall could definitely be added on off. It wouldn't hurt. Overall, look, the card is very complete and very good on paper, and he has great size at the point guard position. The question is jump shot. It's Tony Parker's jump shot with Kyle Kuzma upper. That to me doesn't sound good. And it's not. I was right. Okay, well, that kills this card. So I almost like I'm gonna do the rest of this gameplay, but I feel like if you want to click off the video now, you're totally more than welcome to do that. You know what I mean? You see the jumper, it's not good. Therefore, he's not that good of a card at this point in the year. Like it's that simple. His jumper's not fast enough and not overall good enough to really be an elite level card. He's not completely atrocious. He does have Garland dribble style and Curry escape and Francis size up, I should say. But unfortunately, no behind the back with a mediocre jumper is just not going to cut it. He does have Pro 2 fade, but with an upper that's not elite, it's going to be a little bit of a slower Pro 2. That being said, it's better than his standstill jumper probably. Look, I think this card can be okay, but his standstill jumper is going to get contested too easily, and overall, that's going to be a thing that really, I think, does kind of kill the card in a lot of ways. So, that being said, I'm still interested to try the card out. We're going to give him a gameplay. Let's hop into a game. See what Jalen Rose can do. Oh, wow. Going up against a tier 1 player with 147 wins. That's quite a lot. And it looks like he's got a really good team. I think that's, yeah, 100 overall. Yao. Maybe Goat Braun. I'm not sure. Wimby at the 4. It's Invincible Wimby. It's Invincible Braun and Invincible Wimby. Goat Adam Morrison at the 2. And then either Goat or Invincible Giannis at the 3, I would assume. So really good squad. Can Jalen Rose compete against Invincible Braun? Defensively, I think he can. Offensively, he's gonna have a really tough time getting an open 3 or 2 this game. I'm gonna shoot that one. Oh my goodness, what a start. He didn't quite step up, and you know what? We drilled it. I'll take it. Look, if you can get around the slower jumper, you could have some fun with this card. I do believe that, but I'm very surprised we were able to hit that. I'm taking my dunk with Wimby, and that's a very solid start. Wimby with a quick 4, Jalen with a quick 3, and we have ourselves a 7-0 lead against a tier 1 player. Did not expect this level of a start, but I am not going to complain about it nonetheless. I don't know which tier that Giannis is still. Okay, it's the Invincible. So this dude's team isn't like completely, utterly OP, but it's definitely a very good squad. This is a super solid team. He does knock down that step back midi there. And let's get into this game, man. What crossover do we have? Okay, not the best crossover I've ever seen. Drag back is Brunson's drag back. Let's go get him as a screener here, see if we can get Wimby downhill. We can. I'm just going to take my dunk with Wimby, man. As much as I'd like to hit Jalen Rose on a pop there, number 1, he wasn't really popping. Number 2, it's a free dunk. So the Jalen Rose gameplay's turned into a Wimby gameplay so far. So he's got himself 6 quick points, but you got to do what you got to do to get points, right? Especially against a tier 1 player. So help down just a little bit. This offense is hideous. I expected better is what I will say so far. If he backdoors LeBron, I'm going to X switch it. He doesn't. They just switched themselves, and that's almost a bucket, but it is not. And I turned it over. Why did I run? I should have just caught the rebound and held the ball. It's bad. That is absolutely bad. And that was not almost a bump. Although if he blitzes me with Braun, it might be. Okay, we're good. Let's run the floor here. Drive the ball all the way downhill. We got great slashing ability, and he gets to the rim. Let's go. Look, this card, besides the jumper, is really good. Yes, I wish he had a better behind the back. But as a whole, like, he's a really solid card. He's 6'8". He's pretty switchable defensively. He's a quality offensive card. He's a good option. I just really do wish more than anything else that he had a better jumper. Because, like, everything else about this card is awesome. But, I mean, wide open, he better make it. Of course, slightly fast. That's tough. That's got to be knocked down, unfortunately, and it was not. Tried to play that, but we're not there. Play the fade. Great contest. And he showdown difficulty, man. Not a lot you can do about that one. That was great defense, and I have simple shot feedback on, but I'm pretty sure I got a contest on that, and the game just didn't let me get it. So, it kind of is what it is, right? Reset this again. Come off this Pro 2 fade. I'll shoot that. And I smoked the timing because I held it down too long. That's the other thing about a little bit of a slower jumper is sometimes it's easy to overthink it and hold it too long. And that's exactly what I did right there, which was not very good defense by me at all. And he is wide open, but offensive three, thankfully, saves me from a three-point bucket right there from Adam Morrison, because he was wide open. He was about to knock that down. He did grain it, but didn't count. So we'll take it. 5-1-2 so far in the first 3 minutes of the game against a tier 1 player is pretty good, I got to say, from Jalen Rose. What am I saying? Reset the ball up top here. Let's see what we can get. Boom. Boom. I'm shooting that. Oh, you know what? The jumper might be a little more usable than I thought. That wasn't contested either. Like, again, could that have been better offense? I'm sure. I got to green that, but that was not contested. So that's a good sign, I would say, in terms of, or at least it didn't look like it was particularly contested. With simple shot feedback on, it's a little bit harder to tell, but it didn't look like it was contested. That's for sure. Somehow he's wide open. I mean, what in the world? Thank you for the board. And I almost turned it over again. The first time I got a rebound, I turned it over by running to his leg. I very nearly did the exact same thing. That's his one to give, but with 19 seconds left, he's probably fine, permitted he doesn't score on this or foul me on this possession. But Dex to the ball. I've had like Invincible Wimby on me for a lot of this quarter, and that is annoying because I don't want to have to deal with that card. Okay, Jalen, good shot. That time I timed the Pro 2 much better, and we green ourselves a fading 3 at 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Look, I will say this. My initial thought in freestyle is that this jumper is terrible. That was good defense. He just greened it. Good shot by him. It doesn't seem that bad. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a good shot. That feels like that would be an exaggeration, to say the least. I don't have time to get that off, do I? Tough. All right. But it does seem like a pretty solid shot so far. I do think it's like usable enough for sure, is what I will say. So with that being said, we got ourselves a 4-point lead so far and a pretty darn good start to this game. So I'm not mad about what I'm seeing by any means. This is definitely looking like a good card, man. So we will see if he can keep it going here into the fourth quarter. Or sorry, second quarter. What am I saying? This is the end of it's the end of the gameplay, not the end of the game. This dude's team is nasty. Goodness gracious. He's got Ralph Sampson. Great crossover, by the way, right there. Goat Kareem. Oh, this dude been spending, huh? He been spending that moolah. Goat Beasley, Invincible Ralph, and Goat Dirk on his bench. His bench is better than his starters. Good Lord, this team is expensive as crap. I don't even want to know how much this team cost him, to be honest. Like, that's nuts. Great move, by the way. I'll take my 3 with him, be fine, and I'm gonna miss it. Oh my gosh. I was really hoping he was gonna try to recover back to the pop, because I was gonna be wide open if he did, but he didn't. So blow by with Beasley, finish at the rim. Cool. All right. I really am struggling a little bit to score with him. I thought I was gonna get a shot there, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. I almost ran out of bounds right there, so we're gonna reset. And I'm just getting off-balled now, and AK does not get through the screen, but then he just auto switches, and it's a stop anyway, to be honest. Ay. Hey, look, do I think this card's usable? Sure. Do I think that should have been a steal. Do I think he's like high level? Probably not, to be totally honest. I'm not saying he's terrible, but he's not a guy that I personally would probably really want to be using at this point in the year. I feel like you have better point guard options across the board, but is he usable? 100%. He's big enough to compete defensively. Offensively, he's got okay movement, but I do still think he could be a better card for sure. And I think Wemby just got Gortat screened by Kareem there, which prevented us from getting a contest on that. All right. I'd like to get him one more bucket, man, but we are really struggling to score right now. If he could just touch this. I don't have any answers, man. These are the best cards in the game we're playing against right now at these positions, and unfortunately just don't quite seem to have an answer right now with Jalen Rose in the offensive end of the court these last few possessions. No steal there either. Tries to backdoor me. Really good defense. He's been solid defensively, man. He definitely feels like he's got the size and competitiveness to compete on that end. I just wish we could score the ball a little bit more with him, but I don't quite trust the jumper, unfortunately, and his CPU defense has been spectacular. I tried to pass that out, and I did a double the efficiency's just gone in the dirt, hasn't it? It is what it is. There's only so much you can do. I think he just made a white 2. Card's just too tired at this point, and he didn't have the best chances of really being an elite scorer anyway, but you go up against this level of card and with him being this tired now, and it's gonna be tough. All right, I'm gonna call the gameplay. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. First quarter was good. Second quarter was kind of non-existent, but I do think the card's solid. I don't love him. There are better point guards that I'd rather use, but I do think he is usable enough. So with that being said, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.